can you share with us what are some of the top ways someone can use magnets to support their health?
Just a very brief overview of how the magnets work. We want to see our health change on a biological level, on our symptoms and how we feel on a day-to-day basis. But in order to do that, we have to dial back to really our most fundamental level. And at the most fundamental level, we're looking at the bioelectricity of the body. Using magnets balances the bioelectricity, which in turn balances the biochemistry. But really where we want to see those impacts is shifts in our physical symptoms and shifts in our biological processes, and for our health to come back on that level. But these are kind of the top ways in which I tend to use the magnets, and they're probably the top bits of homework that I give to my clients as well. And to be able to do this, you need to grab yourself some magnets. Fortunately, they're quite readily available now, and I think every house should have magnets. So I'm sure you'll thank me at some point for nudging you towards getting some of your own. And so with biomagnetism therapy, we always have a negative and a positive magnet on the body. And one of the kind of my favorite ways to do this is starting right at the top of the body and placing the magnets side by side right on the top of the head. And this is how we balance the pineal gland. So it's amazing at regulating sleep. So if you have any trouble getting to sleep, staying asleep, any disruptions in your sleep pattern, this one is going to be amazing for helping to regulate your circadian rhythm.
Sounds good. And we covered this more in the main episode, but about how
Yeah.
long should people put it there?
Yeah, great question. So it depends how far you are away from the equator. So here in the UK, we're at about 50 degrees north. So we divide it by two and then add five. So we divide the 50 by two, 25, and then we add five. So in the UK, we put them on for about 30 minutes. As you're closer to the equator, it will be shorter in time, but you just need to look at that, how far you are away from the equator, divide it by two, add five.
And UK is fairly far north in the northern hemisphere, so we could say maybe 30 is going to be a safe bet. And if you're wondering, equator, how does this work? Got to listen to the next episode. We cover it all there. All right. So what's the next way, Faye?
So this is actually one of my personal favorite pairs because I used to suffer from headaches really badly. Um, Less so now, but as soon as I feel one starting to rumble, this is my favorite pair to go to, and it's magnets on the temples. So we want to put the black magnet towards the body on the right-hand side and the left magnet towards the body on the left-hand side. And so we're popping those magnets onto the temple. It's a great way to ease headaches, but essentially what we're aiming to do with this pair is boost oxygenated blood supply. So we're getting lots of good oxygenated blood to the brain. So it can be really good for helping with cognition and stuff as well. Headaches and cognition are the kind of the top benefits for this one.
This is fascinating. So this is why I wanted to do the episode. It's like magnets on either side of the head, and I'm improving headaches potentially. Love it. Okay, what's the next one?
So next up, might end up with a bonus one thrown into the mix because we're regulating the nervous system, and the nervous system is super important with the parasympathetic and sympathetic side of the nervous system. So one way that I love to use the magnets is black on the brain stem. So we're popping that right on the base of the skull, and then the red magnet on the lumbar vertebra, so on the lower back. And this one's amazing at switching on the parasympathetic nervous system. I would say use with caution. Don't use if you've got to do anything productive, because a lot of people will just doze off and fall asleep with this pair on. I had a client recently say that they put this on because they wanted to de-stress before sitting down to do some admin, and they woke up 2 hours later. So use with caution. To switch off the sympathetic nervous system, we want to put magnets either side of the neck, so on the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So we're literally popping a magnet on either side. Again, black on the right and red on the left. And this one's really great at switching off the sympathetic nervous system. So if you need to do some admin and stay focused, you can switch off the sympathetic nervous system without falling asleep. This one's a good one.
Okay, so that switches off the sympathetic. The other one switches on the parasympathetic, but it's between the two. The second one won't isn't likely to make you as tired.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not going to end up so much in the rest side of the nervous system um, that you fall asleep.
Wow, powerful effects. Okay. And then, I'll be honest, I lost count, so I won't prompt you anymore, but you can just continue if there's any more ways you have to share.
Yeah, so another way that is really important to use the magnets is on the liver. I think everyone's liver gets a good kind of working with our modern lives and everything that we're exposed to in modern life, and all the toxins and everything that we inevitably are exposed to. And it does so much stuff. It's a really hard working organ. So sometimes we just want to give it a bit of a boost and a balance. And so for this one, we're going to slot the magnets side by side, and we're just going to place it on our rib cage on the right hand side. The liver's big, so it's hard to miss. So you're probably going to get the magnets in the right place as long as you aim for the right side of your body. But where I like to do it is on the rib cage, but on the side of the body. So if you like follow the seam of your t-shirt down and pop the magnets on the side there, then we're going to get the balancing of the liver through the whole of the organ. My last kind of official pair is a digestive regulating one. Again, something that a lot of people need support with. And this one is the pair descending colon, descending colon. So the descending colon is on the left side of the body. Magnets are on the abdomen for this one. And what you want to do is like stack the magnets. So we're going one on top of the other here, and they are going to be going on the left side of the body with the top of the top magnet about in line with your navel. Again, the descending colon's fairly large, so it's a easy one to hit. You're going to struggle to get them in the wrong place. And the joy of biomagnetism is you can't get it wrong in that you're not going to put your body out of balance, because the body's always trying to be healthy. We're just helping get it back into balance. So you're never going to throw yourself out of balance by using the magnets. So you can't get it wrong.
That's good to hear.
My one last one, if in doubt, pop magnets side by side and place it where you have a symptom. So that could be a sprained wrist, it could be on a particular organ or structure. So I call it the magic double. If in doubt, put the double magnet and stick it where you need it.
Great. Thanks, Faye.
You're very welcome.